Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your January 2021 readings. I managed to finally find strength and energy to do these readings. I keep starting the readings like that, you know. I finally managed to find the energy, this and that, because somehow, since this is not my primary work and this is not something that I do primarily, I really have to make time for it, and I have to get the energy, and I have to get free space, and no people around and everything like this. So it's not kind of, and I live in a very small like apartment house. I don't know how to call it. So yeah, it's just like it's sometimes very hard to organize all that. But well, I find it, I do it, and I deliver. The other thing that was happening in my wonderful country was that we had an earthquake, which really did put some fear in me and in most people that I know. And you probably also know, I don't know if you watch the news or if you're not from Croatia. If you're from Croatia, you know. But if you're not from Croatia, then maybe you don't know that there was this huge earthquake and there was a lot of damage done, and some people literally lost their homes. So everything that was happening, even if you were in this terrible situation, or even if you were just like looking at it, it was very stressful for each and every one of us, and we were all, of course, dealing with it in our own way. And it took some time for me to get into the right energy. I'm trying to put this in the middle. I really tried to put myself in an energy for doing the cards, and of course at one point I kind of felt like what's the point? Is there like a point in me like telling people some advice and showing them cards while their homes is literally falling apart? But then I found myself in the same trap that I keep seeing people fall in all the time, and I hate that trap. And that's the trap of allowing everything that's bad consume you and just like leave you in one spot, without any movement, without you pursuing anything good for yourself. So I kind of decided that I will not be this person, that I will not be that, and that I definitely want to do something that I believe is good and that it can spread a good message and give a good energy to people. So this is why I actually decided to continue. Okay, so it's like really continuing where I left, where I stopped, even though really the circumstances are just like crazy at times. And like I said, people who live here, they will understand more maybe than some who don't. But I guess everywhere there is something weird happening, including Corona and so many other terrible things. So I don't want my focus to be on that, and I really certainly hope that you will get the strength, even if you are like in a worst possible situation, if you will get the strength to come out of it and to find something that is good about it. So, or that you can make better, or maybe just change your perspective. But that I don't have to imagine stuff. I can just read you your cards and tell you what the cards are saying and what would be like the best possible solution for you, Gemini. Mm, of course, I changed certain things. I couldn't help myself. And I keep telling this in other readings. If you want a reader who will like all the time do the same readings and with the same cards and just change the storyline, that's not me. I'm just not that reader. I keep getting some new decks and I get totally obsessed with them, and I really want to use them in my readings. And also, now when I decided to make readings shorter, because the readings for 2021 kind of showed me that people like short, concrete messages. And and also it's kind of my way to maybe move to some extended readings, which I want to put in Vimeo. So there's like a lot of things happening, and it takes time for me to also like, see which kind of reading I want to do and what would be the best way to do it so that we both get something out of all of this. So what I changed, oh, look at this card. I love these cards. Fault line. It looks like some from a plant with this I forgot the English word for that. Okay, maybe I'll like remember, but yeah, I forgot the English word. Anyway, never mind, it's not your card anyway. So I will pull for the overall energy. So yeah, I want to explain how the readings go. So first I'm pulling the overall energy from this archetypes from the Wild Unknown from Kim Krans. And I will read probably from the book, but also I want to pull this like as a first like overall energy for January for you. I'm doing this with all signs, of course, and this will be like kind of start point for the reading. Then what I decided to do is I decided to put together the Light Seers Tarot and the Muse Tarot. So it's like this huge bundle of cards. And from that, I will pull your present, your challenge for this month, and the possible outcome of this month. If you go like through all this, what the cards will tell you, I will clarify with this beautiful the Prisma Visions from James R. Reeds. I think it's Reeds. I don't know the book. The box is somewhere else. I unfortunately don't have the original deck because now it's like almost impossible to get the original deck in Croatia with the corona and delivery and everything. But I was fortunate enough to get this from my friend. He ordered this just to see how the cards are, and he was good enough to gift these cards to me. So now I will clarify with those, and I think they're really beautifully illustrated. And since we all need some love advice, and I really don't know how these readings are not primarily love readings, so I know that everyone wants to hear a little bit about the love part, so I will in the end always read the Romance Angels, just to give you like some love insight for this month. Okay, so let's start with this archetypal energy. Let's see what it is that is kind of like surrounding you, or which energy is dominant for you in this month. These are round cards. I'm still like learning how to show. Okay, one more. And let's take. Wow, this is a beautiful card. These cards are amazing. I just love them, and the way she put this like collages together and everything, you will see. But what you got here is the Eternal Child. And I can see this for you, Gemini. I can see you as being very, very like this eternally childlike. I think that maybe from all the signs in the zodiac, I would put you in a place of someone who is like always wanted to be connected to that inner child, who is always like childlike, curious, always exploring something new, always, like looking around, like what is going to be the next new thing that you will learn, that you will explore. But let's see about this card from the. Nobody got this before you, so it's also very interesting. So I will now read from the book. Just a minute. Okay. The Eternal Child. Even like how it sounds, it's like when something is so eternal. Okay. So it says the inner child, the child of joy. I was going in the right direction, I think. But I will keep the card so you can see it. Okay, there's like literally like hands, and there's the sun in the middle, like really bursting, and all this rainbow and this blue, and everything is like, I love these cards because everything is so important in this card. And throughout the reading, somehow, you know, you even see in which position they should stand, and it's really, really interesting. So the eternal child is connected to the timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and free, fearless, and seeks joy above all else and at any cost. It struggles being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The eternal child wants to nix all the rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return with plenty of friends to the land of the free, where divine vine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. We all want a sip from that well of eternal youth. And this makes the eternal child naturally popular, perhaps even famous. The eternal child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life. She has like these messages around. Celebrity culture is based heavily on this archetype, as it is phrase, as is the phrase "live hard, die young," and the series of artists and musicians who died at 27. This archetype is also spirited, that when its appetite for life isn't satiated, it seeks spirits and substance elsewhere. The eternal child struggles with addictions of all varieties. Very, very interesting for this. When in light, joyful, playful, accepts all magic. When dark, addicted, selfish, adrift, burns out. Go deeper. She always suggests some like literature or artwork or something that will make you like go deeper into this archetype. So she says the story about Icarus. Very interesting. Don't fly too high because your wings can burn. Peter Pan and Rumi's Has Anyone Seen the Boy? Okay, so honestly, if somebody would ask me what represents Gemini, I would literally show you this. You know, I would literally read this part from this book and explain what Gemini to me feels like. So I would definitely say that what I like when the energy of this zodiac part, like kind of, you know, oh, I'm sorry, we have this like technical difficulties. When the energy of the card is like so connected with the zodiac that I'm also like in a way talking to in these readings, I definitely think that everything is in place, you know, like we are going into the right direction, we are going into the heart of the matter. And in this situation, I'm definitely thinking, look, Gemini, this is you, okay? You are the eternal child. And yes, you should be careful, because you should be careful, not because like everything you do will be dangerous. You know what danger is, and you are always like smiling at the face of the danger. And if this is the energy of January, then you're probably in your own energy and in the place where you feel most comfortable in. So I won't go further. I won't like judge or say what's wrong or what's not wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong, because in these readings I want to look into the energies and I want to see if there's a challenge or anything. But most of all, these cards for archetype, I'm like looking at as a purpose, you know, as life purpose, as somebody's purpose, or something that maybe you should like you should look into, okay, if you are not feeling it. But definitely, Gemini, I would describe you as an eternal child. And that is really beautiful energy. And I think that everyone who is around a person like that, they want to be around this person, and you probably have a lot of friends, or at least there's a lot of people who want to hang with you, you know, they want to be close to your energy. And this is wonderful, but really you should really be careful about addictions, because I also know a lot of Geminis who are like really love experimenting with drugs, with everything, and that can also, take its toll. So most definitely, whoever you are and who I'm talking to, you know, the eternal child can also like survive even if you are like, if you step a little into adulthood. It doesn't have to mean that you will lose this, but at the same time, if you are a Gemini who forgot this, who forgot that he or she is an eternal child, maybe this card is just like a little reminder to you that this is your true energy, and you shouldn't escape it. In the middle of this card is the sun. Okay, so there's a lot of life mysteries that you need to discover, and there is a lot of life mysteries that are still undiscovered. So there's always something for you to explore. And I think that this, even without maybe experimenting with drugs necessarily, can be a lot of like new and interesting things for you to explore, and to dive into. But also, whatever you're doing, try to be moderate about it, and don't get stuck. Like, she mentions celebrities, and there's a lot of celebrities who really, really ended bad, unfortunately, because they stayed eternal child. They didn't live their life to the end or to the full, or maybe this was just what their life was supposed to be. Theirs was like a short period of their life they had to spend in this earth, and everything else is spent somewhere else. Okay, so their consciousness just went somewhere else, but their physical body was here for a short time. So I don't see, that I'm not one of those people who doesn't accept death as a part of this life, this cycle. And I think that we just, like, lose this body, and that our energy and our consciousness just goes somewhere else. Maybe stays here. I don't know. I will see. Probably one day. Anyway, but it's worth exploring. And actually, there's a very interesting Netflix documentary about this. And Corona and Netflix go side to side. So it's called Surviving Death. So if you're interested in this after death experiences, and near-death experiences, and reincarnation, and mediumship, people who can talk to the people who are dead. All of these subjects are covered in this documentary, and it's really interesting to watch and to see some of the situations that happen. So if you are interested in something like this, I don't know why, but I have a need to tell you this and to suggest for you to look at that. And maybe you will also get something to explore there. Okay, anyway, I really like pushed the time with this card. So well, let's see. So I'm pulling for your present. In your present, you have 5 of emotions. Okay, it could make sense. In your challenge, you have 7 of materials. This is the card that repeats a lot in your reading, Gemini. But see, here it's in your challenge. So, did I say this is a present and this is a challenge? I'm not sure anymore. And let's see the possible outcome. Okay. The King of Wands. Good. And down, you have the 9 of Voices. 9 of Swords usually in the other tarot decks, but here is 9 of Voices. Oh, and there's the Muse of Emotions. Okay. So, what I see here, and if I'm connecting to this like inner child situations, and either losing this feeling or either drifting away from a feeling, or not being into this, like fully into this energy, I can see that in the present moment you are not in that energy. I see that this five of emotions, you're kind of like, drifting. You're in a drifting mode where you are like just losing your cups, you feel like everything is kind of like lost, and there is nothing behind you, and there are no cups that are unspilled. And this feels a bit like, the energy of a person who is never satisfied. Mm. And I would say who thinks that it's like there's always something better somewhere else and not where you stand and where you are. So maybe this is not the energy that is very positive and good to be in. And I see that with this kind of energy, your challenge is definitely to, again, tend to your garden, because I know that throughout the 2020, this was your card. This card repeated the most, the seven of materials, like literally, see, she is like totally in her garden. She's this like surrounded with flowers. You were tending to your garden a lot in 2020. And I think that this now is a challenge, because literally after everything that you did, and probably some of you even maybe had some situations when they tried to meet someone, they tried to do something, they tried to put their emotions into something, it just didn't work. And now even tending to yourself, it's like a hardship, it's like a problem. Like you're like kind of struggling with being in your own energy, in looking after yourself, in like giving the energy to something that you were giving before. Maybe some work, maybe some project, maybe something that you were really, really involved, invested in. Now it's kind of like a challenge. It's challenge to get there. It's challenge to keep that going, to still be completely interested, involved, to put your energy in it. But as your outcome, this King of Wands, it's kind of showing this lion and this very handsome guy again. And the King of Wands is like a very, very beautiful energy, actually. It's inspirational. He's full of inspiration. He's creative. He's really sexy, and there is like some like sexiness going with the King of Wands, just as well as the with Queen of Wands. So it's not like, I'm sorry, I'm just having my this little book with some things written. I just want to check if I wrote something for this. No. But anyway, as the outcome, I see that there is like a new passion. There's it's not even like, let's say, like a loose beginning or something that is very unstable or something like this. It's this like king, he stands in his ground. There's like a lion there. There's the strength there. Maybe also you have some Leo in you, in your chart. So this is like a very, very good energy. So the outcome, if no matter what is happening here, can be very like positive. But for me, I think that to have this positive outcome, you definitely have to realize that it's not always like better on the other side, and it's not the grass is greener on the other side. It's not always like that. And your grass is just fine, and you too have this garden that needs tending, and maybe this garden needs to be tended all the time. But that doesn't mean that you should like be completely away from connecting with someone, or showing your fiery sexual self, and maybe opening up with this energy towards people or whatever, and to yourself even, like bring some energy there. Because underneath everything is like the Nine of Voices, and this is like anxiety, fear, nightmares, worries. You shouldn't allow yourself to be stuck in this energy, and nobody should be allowed to be stuck in this energy. And I'm always like looking at this line in these readings, and what I see here is like To get out of this anxiety and troubles, you have to tend to your garden and remember who you truly are. And remember your true nature, you know. You're an explorer. You're a person that needs to know things. You're a person that always finds something new to do. You're a person that just wants to open up to the world, you know. And sometimes you want to be close from the world. But still, you know, the world is something that interests you. So you're not like, even when you get completely detached, you don't want to be actually completely detached. This is not your energy. This is not something that you want to feel forever. So come back to what you know, come back to a place where this is just too much. Come back to a place where go back to your garden, and try to somehow connect yourself with your inner child, with this eternal child that is with you. And I think that you will feel back in your old fiery self. Even though it's King of Wands, I think that this can happen. Okay, there is the Hermit. Oh, these cards are just falling, and I do need one card. Okay, this is Hermit. The Knight of Wands. Okay, so the advice for the Seven of Materials is Knight of Wands, which is like bringing you to the King of Wands. And there is the Seven of Cups. Okay, being the King of Wands probably has a lot of options, so it's opening up options for you also. Four of Cups. Again, look. So this Five of Emotions or Five of Cups is explained with the Hermit. So maybe you are in a hermit mode, but be careful, because the Hermit has to find the light. The Hermit has to find the light. The Hermit has to find the light. It's usually the star, but in your reading it's the sun. It's the sun of this eternal child. It's the core of the eternal child. So if you are now in a hermit mode, just go closer to the light and look at your energy. Look at who you are. Look at who you should be. And this will be light up with the Knight of Wands energy, which is also the advice. It's like a little, Knight of Wands is a little fiery, like little fire. And King of Wands is a big fire. And this is what you need now. You need to put some love in yourself, in your work. Get that spark going, okay? You need to get the spark going. You need to get the light going. And I think that the spark will get from this eternal child. So if you put this eternal child aside, now light it up, okay? You need to light that up, and this will bring you to this King of Wands, and with this King of Wands, the Seven of Cups, which are choices, okay? And maybe this will make you a bit confused, and maybe all the choices will make you confused, but at the same time, this is opening up your eternal child, who is always, curious and looking where, what. And also, it will make you aware of what are the choices and how many of them are still there. Or maybe it will just make you choose one. Okay, maybe it will make you decide on one choice, whatever it is, whether it's love, business, career, friendship, if it's you have to choose you, then it will be that choice, because the King of Wands also knows what they want. So whether it's like I want to do me for me, or I want to do me and get involved with someone else, he's there, but he knows what he wants. And the choices then become clear. The choice becomes clear. So anxiety, pain, and everything, you have this Four of Cups, and this is underlying energy. So maybe you are in this energy right now, and this is the present moment. 4, 5 Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Voices here, getting stuck into the anxiety, not seeing your cup. Or maybe you are stuck in this anxiety because you're waiting for your cup. So you're waiting for that cup that is your cup, the one that you want, the one that you imagined, the one that you got stuck on. So maybe it's a person. Maybe we are talking about love here, but at the same time, I really think because of this eternal child up, that it's also kind of maybe this love person is also connected to your love child, to eternal child. Maybe this person was waking up the eternal child in you, and maybe now you're kind of stuck and you don't know how to wake up the child. So maybe it's really time for you to like connect with the person who was making you feel good, who was making you feel, you know, like an eternal child. Or maybe this person is you. But what I see here is in this order: release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So if some of you are having problems with releasing your ex relationship, someone that was really significant in your life, but it was bad, it ended bad, or this person made you feel bad, or whatever, or it just ended, and you need to release it, then the time is now. Then I have honeymoon. For some of you, you are connecting with someone who is like blissfully in love, and you will just enjoy your honeymoon together. Maybe it's time to like just go on a couple of days and just relax, and spend some time together. Some of you should some of you have financial issues as a factor in your love life, and it's influencing your love life, or maybe you put this as an obstacle to go further. So some of you will have this in your love life that you have to literally be aware of. And some of you have this worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your life. And actually I would connect this to these cards, Five of Cups, Hermit, Four of Cups, and Nine of Voices. I would connect to that. Some people who are in this energy maybe are really truly waiting for someone. But if you are waiting for the right person, waiting for the right time, then you have to allow divine timing also to take place. But also you have to do something about your eternal child, because that's also the spark that opens you up to other people, to love again. And this is like Gemini. I don't know if you're still this like stubborn Gemini who didn't fall in love in this year, and who still didn't reach out to the person they want to reach out. This is just something that you have to do. I mean, trust me, and I think I said it 1,000 times, and I will say again, I really think even now with this eternal child showing up and all the energy that it represents, it's like you lose your spark if you don't spark it up and you don't allow love to come in. So in whichever situations you are, whether it's releasing your ex in a honeymoon, career, in finance and career, like money problems, or you're just waiting for the one, in all of this, you really need to heart, and open up and release your inner and eternal child. Yes, so that will probably, help a lot in everything else that you're doing in life. And for the ones that are in love and in the honeymoon phase, well, I wish you a good honeymoon. So enjoy your January, enjoy your honeymoon, and I hope that wherever you are and whoever you are that I'm talking to, I really truly hope that you are not one of the unfortunate people who are in those accidents. I hope that you don't have corona. I hope that you have an ability and possibility to really, look into your heart and deal with this kind of problems, and not like truly existential things. But if the situation is not like that and you are in this trouble, please, if there's anything I can do, reach out. If some of you want to help to someone who is in trouble, also reach out and we will do something. I don't know. But anyway, this is the reading for you for January. I hope it was helpful. I hope you like the new form of the reading. Please comment, share, subscribe, everything else, and tell me what you think about the new readings. And I hope to see you next time. Kisses. Bye-bye.